Hi guys, today we're going to be working on two-step equations. To isolate and solve for a variable, there are some steps that we have to take.
Gotcha guys, fooled you didn't I? It's actually Coach T, Coach Goo over here, and today we're going to be doing these two-step equations. Let's get into it, but actually, before we start, let me give you a little bit of, let me hook you up with some prior knowledge, you feel me guys? So let's go to the sketch pad, check this out. I need to show you this before we start so you're not confused when we see this, but let's for example, if we have 5/6x, how are we going to get rid of this 5/6 next to this x over here? Well, the easiest way is to multiply by the reciprocal. Wait a second. Wait, that's my reciprocal. Multiply by the reciprocal. Anyone knows what that means? Reciprocal is where you take the fraction and you just flip it over. So 5/6, you flip it over, and now you have 6/5. Now, why do we multiply by the reciprocal if we're trying to get the x by itself? Well, check this out, guys. 6/5, that's the reciprocal of 5/6. Boom, right here. What's 6 times 5? What's 6 times 5? 30. What's 5 times 6 over here? Over 30. What's 30 over 30? That equals 1. And what's 1 times x? That equals x. Check it out. We multiplied by the reciprocal, which is 6/5, and now we're ended up with 1 times x, which means we got x by itself. And this works with anything. Check this out. Watch. 2/3x. I'm going to multiply 2/3 by the reciprocal. 2/3 times 3/2 equals 6/6, which is, what's 6/6, boys and girls? If you said 1, you know what time. High five, let's go. 6/6 equals 1. So now we have 1 times x equals x. So look at this. If you just multiply whatever's next to the x by the reciprocal, which means flip it. Wow, that's okay. I don't know. I just randomly wrote in cursive. Not sure why. So you flip it over. Boom. That's the. Get out of here. Get out. Okay. You flip it by you do the reciprocal, which means you flip it over, and then it becomes the same number over the same number, which equals 1, and that gets you x by itself. Okay, so now that we've got this little prior knowledge out of the way, let's go into the notes. Okay guys, so you can see here we got 4 things to do, 4 things to remember when we're doing these two-step equations. Remember yesterday we did one-step equations? Today we're doubling down for double the fun, y'all. Okay, check it out. There's 4 rules, steps to isolate and solve for a variable. First, we're going to use the distributive property when necessary. Write that down. When necessary, guys. Okay, do not do it if it's not necessary, because that's just gonna give you more steps. All right, next we're gonna combine like terms. You know what that means? Look, check this out, guys. For example, let's say you got 2 apples plus 3 apples. Well, what can you do with the apples? Might as well group them together and give myself 5 apples, right? But look, what am I gonna do if I have 2 apples and 3 worms? Am I gonna put 2 apples with 3 worms and put like 5 AW? No, I'm not gonna do that, because these aren't the same. Apples and worms aren't the same. You put apples and worms together, the worms eat the apples, and then it just becomes disgusting. So we're not gonna do that. And then also, we can't take like 3 worms plus 2 of some invisible ghost guy over here. 3 worms plus 2 invisible ghost guys doesn't equal 5 worms. You can't say 3W plus 2 equals 5W, because look, 3 worms plus 2 invisible ghost guys doesn't equal 5 worms. All right, it's different. They're not like terms, guys. Okay, so let's go to number 3 right here. We're gonna undo addition or subtraction using inverse operation. What does inverse mean? What does inverse mean again, guys? I'm gonna give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, if you said opposite, then you know what? You got it. We're also going to undo multiplication or division using inverse operations, using those opposite operations, all right? So let's get into these notes with the let's try together. Here we go. All right, before we start these examples, actually, let's see if we can, how do we make this thing a little bigger, you know what I'm saying? Because my site's not the best in the world. Let's see if we can make this a little bigger. Boom. Oh, we can make it even a little. Is there like, we can just put my fingers on the screen. That's crazy. Okay, here, let's go. Let's try this together now. First example, minus 2a plus 8 equals 14. So what do we got to do? We got to isolate the variable. We got to get all the A's, the symbols, whatever, onto one side. So first, we're going to subtract 8 because that's the inverse operation of addition right here. Subtract 8, subtract 8. 8 minus 8, 0. Boom, that's gone. Now we got negative 2A equals, what's 14 minus 8? That's 6. We're going to divide by negative 2 to get the A by itself, divide by negative 2. And then we're going to drag it out over here. What's negative 2 divided by negative 2? Well, that would be 1. So we got A by itself on the left side. 6 divided by negative 2. What is that? If you said negative 3, give yourself a pat. Nope. Turn to the guy next to you. Give him a high five. Boom. I'm by myself, so I'm just high fiving myself. And let's go straight to example number 2. Boom. That's right here. Let's see it. We got 7 equals 6 over 5b. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Do we remember the reciprocal? Minus 2. Okay, so first we're just gonna get the b by itself. So first, let's just get rid of this 2. Plus 2 to both sides. Remember, both sides. 7's gonna get low. He's gonna be like, you're giving 2 to him. Give 2 to me too, man. So we're gonna add there 9 over here equals 6 over 5 b, and then these two cancel out. Negative 2 plus 2, that's 0. So now we have 9 equals 6 over 5b. What do we do over here? We're gonna multiply by the reciprocal. What is the reciprocal of 6 over 5? That would be 5 over 6. Okay, so we're going to multiply both sides by 5 over 6. So 9 times 5 over 6 equals 6 over 5b times 5 over 6. Well, if we multiply 9 across to the 5, we got 45. Well, that's not a 5. Oh, now it's a 5. 45 over 6. And then we have equals 6 over 5 times 5 over 6. What's 6 times 5? What's 6 times 5? That's 30. So 30b over 30. Because 5 times 6. So 30 over 30 is goodbye. That's a 1. So now we have the answer is 45. We have the answer as 45 over 6 equals b, because the 30 over 30 cancels out to 1, and 1 times b is b. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's scroll it down a little bit. Let's make it a little bigger. Next one, r squared minus 4 equals 77. So what do we got to do first? We got to get the r's by itself. So first step, what are we going to do? If you said add 4, then that's right. Plus 4, plus 4. And then we got r squared equals, what's 77 plus 4, guys? 77. I'm going to count for 77, 78, 79, 80, 81. Okay, 81. And then we're going to take the square root to get rid of this squared over here. Square root on both sides. Remember, you build a house for the left side. 81's getting lonely. He wants to get under a house too. So boom, cancel that. Gone. And now we take what's the square root of 81, guys? What's the square root of 81? If you said 9, then you would be right. And that would be r equals 9. But wait, that's only half the answer. What's the other answer, guys? Remember, 9 times 9 equals 81. But also, what else? What'd you say? Negative 9. That's right, guys. So it's plus or minus 9. Remember, when you're doing this square root, do not forget the plus or minus. Okay, let's go to the next one. We got 144 equals negative 12 times n plus 5. Okay, remember, we're going to use the distributive. We could use the distributive property. We could. Look, let me just write this one down for you. Look, check this out. Give me that sketch pad. Boom. I forgot the question already, so let me just get out of there. 144 equals negative 12 times m plus 5. So 144 equals negative 12 times m plus 5. Now we could, do this. Negative 12 times one of these. So we could go negative 12m. And then negative 12 times 5. What's that? That's negative 60. We could do this, right? We could do this. But now we did one step already with this. And now we have to do 2 more steps because we got to add 60. We got to add 60. And then that would be 204. And then we have to divide by negative 12 to get the m by itself, right? Well, that's a little too much work. But what if we just did this? What if we just did this, guys? What if, I keep pressing the compass. I'm trying to get the eraser, but I don't know. Whoa, that's crazy. Wait, look at this. Whoa. I'm not even going over. Wait, that's crazy. Wow. Okay, so what if we didn't distribute? What else could we do? What if, guys, we just did this? We just divided. Remember, this whole side's getting multiplied by negative 12 because it's outside the parentheses. What if we just divided by negative 12 like that? Divided by negative 12. Well, what's 144 divided by negative 12? That would be negative 12. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. And then we're left with m plus 5. Okay, so that was one step. And now we're gonna, what do we do here? M plus 5. We get m by itself, we're gonna subtract 5, of course. Duh, come on, man. Goodbye. Minus 5. And then we got negative 17 equals m. So the answer would be negative 17. And that would be the same answer you would have gotten if you did it the other way. But the other way, you got to do more steps. So, don't use the distributor. Don't do this thing if you don't need to. Okay, guys? Do not do that if you don't need to. All right, let me get that out of here. So, we solved it. The answer was m equals negative 17. All right, let's go to the second to last example right here. We got 8 equals p plus 9 over 3. What do we got to do to get rid of this divided by 3 down here? What's the invert? What's the opposite? We're going to multiply by 3 times 3. What's 8 times 3, guys? Did you say 24? Yeah. Oh, good. That's amazing. That's exactly right. The right answer. Nice. 24 equals p plus 9. Now we got to get the p by itself. So we're going to subtract 9 from both sides. 24 minus 9. What is that? That is 15 equals p. There you go. And now we're on to the last one. Scoot it over. Oh my goodness, what is that? That doesn't even look like. I thought, Mr. Goo, I thought, Coach Goo, I thought we were in math class. This looks like English. But check this out, guys. We have a word problem. Word problems can be changed into math. We have 331 students on a field trip. 6 buses. Well, let's start writing. We got 6, and we got buses. So, I'm going to use B for bus. We're filled, and 7 students traveled in cars. Okay, so we got 6 buses, right? And let's just add 7 students because they came in cars. The cars doesn't matter because it's talking about 7 students. And now, how many students total? It says right here, 331. So let's put 331 over here. 6 buses plus 7 students equals 331. How many students were in each bus? Well, we got 6 buses and we got 7 students coming in cars and a total of 331 students. So what are we going to do? We're going to subtract 7 students, get these 7 students out of here because they are not part of the buses. So we got 6 buses equals 331 minus 7. That would be 324. And so now we know that in these 6 buses, they're all even, okay? They're all even. There's an even amount of kids in every single bus because that is the only way that people will travel in buses. Okay, so now we're going to divide by 6. Divide by 6, and then B equals, let me do some mental math, or let me just look at this key that I have in front of my face. B equals 54. All right, guys, so that is it for the examples. Good luck, guys, and that's the end of this video. Peace.